always room for improvement. You know, they've done a good job, and we got to keep on getting better just with pass protection, which is we'll do that, and communication, and but they've done a nice job, and you know, we expect a big game this week.
You see guys still playing too high at times?
Yeah, you're always going to improve in the offensive line with pad level. You know, you got to play lower and get your eyes in the right spot and be physical with your hands and move your feet and know where you're going and communication and targets and all that sort of things. Still need improvement, and that's every day you got to work on that. You know, that's important.
You still see a rotation with the two bends at left guard?
Rotation's always open.
Yep.
Rotation's always open.
Talk about Bredesen's progression.
Done
so
a
far.
nice job, really has. He's plays, like I mentioned before, you know, quick twitch and you know, just smart. He can process quickly on his feet. Like all those other freshmen, have done a nice job transitioning in here and have really improved.
What did Wilton show you in that game? You know, you take first game, the interception,
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
other day getting hit and coming back in.
Wilton's a true competitor, and he's a tough guy. I think anybody that plays a quarterback position has got to be a tough guy. You know, you're going to take hits. You don't want it to happen. We don't want it to happen, but it's how they respond. I mean, that was a tough hit on him, and he bounced back up, and he led us the rest of the game, and you know, took us back from where we're behind, and just really pleased with what he did. It shows his true character, how important it is, the team to him, and him as being a competitor, and him winning every down.
What about using Shane and John the way you did too?
Yeah, it's always an option for us. We love to have that option.
What do you see Shane doing going forward?
You know, that's always an option. Stay tuned.
Talk about what you get from Davion.
Hard runner, hard, physical, you know, breaks tackles, good pass protector. You know, just you're going to get yards out of him when he hits it up in the hole, and really pleased and really let the play express itself, you know, and finding the holes. Has done a nice job.
And we haven't seen him turn the corner real often.
No, that was neat, wasn't
Yeah.
it? The other day, that was neat. I was really happy for him to turn the corner and go score a touchdown. That was fun.
What was your reaction, seeing the blocking on that play, and pretty much no one came close to him as an offensive coordinator? What goes through your head when you see that play developing?
Right on, man. we're coming back. It's exciting. It was exciting. Anytime you break a long run like that, it's exciting when you see that, and just knowing that guys, you got hats on the right people, and what you're coaching during practice is working, and it's just fun.
How much concern about not being able to run as much in between the tackles?
You know, I'm not concerned about that. You know, it's you know, you do different things in different weeks. You know.
Jabril got in on offense a couple of times last week. How much is he practice? I mean, how much does he need to practice to be, you know what your offensive
We never
playbook
talk
is?
about anybody's reps and what we do out in practice. That just stays in here.
But he'll be used going forward.
It's always an
right?
option.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Coach Harbaugh liked a lot of what Khalid Bill's doing. Can you talk about the kind of things he's giving?
Yeah, he does really, you know, for a fullback, you know, the first step is so critical, that initial quickness and your hat placement, and he does such a great job doing that and bringing his feet and being physical at the point of attack, and he can catch the ball out of the backfield, which is really neat. And he can do something after he catches it, you know, yards after contact. So he's really done a good job, and really pleased with his progress.
Is that something you saw last year and you kind of had this idea all along, or something in the offseason?
No, we saw that last year, and then as we got into spring, I think it showed more and more, and we knew he needed to step up in what he did. But he's always had that skill set that's very pleasing to the eye.
Tim, do you like the push then that you're getting from the front five in terms of the downhill stuff?
Yeah, I do. I think it's good. It's room for improvement. We've got to stay on blocks better and finish a little bit better, but there's always room for improvement. But we'll just keep getting better every week.
When you say stay on blocks, I know what that means, but how do you go about teaching them to stay on?
Yeah, strain to finish, practice it, rep it.
How were MAs this week compared to the first 2 weeks?
It's about the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, about the same.
So you're pretty pleased through 3 games with those guys?
Yeah,
in the
they've done a nice
concentration?
job. Yeah, they're on the right people. They're communicating, and we got to keep getting better. But for the most part, it's been really good.
Put into words the attitude of your offensive line.
Veteran group, They understand the expectation level, what it to be an offensive lineman here and play in this group at the University of Michigan. Hard-working group, and it's important for them to be right, not to be wrong. They take it really, really personal when it's not right, really personal, which is neat. That's a neat thing as a coach. You know, they take pride in their work.
What does Jake Butt have to do to improve his blocking? Where can he get better?
I think Jake does a nice job blocking. You know, I've coached a lot of good tight ends with Kobe Fleener, Zach Ertz. You know, he's up with those guys, that level of them. You know, those guys are blockers for us at Stanford. And Jake is just as good or even better than them at this point in his career.
Last week Kyle said that in the last couple of years, more like 2013, 14,
Yeah.
this was the scapegoat, the offensive line was the scapegoat. When you inherited the group, did you sense that from them? They felt like they had been sort of beaten up?
No, I never really paid much attention to what happened in the past. When I walked in, it was, you know, here's the group of guys, we got to coach them and just pushed on. But, you know, every day I've walked in this building, they've always given their best and worked very hard and asked questions and really want to be good at what they do.
In that regard, did they have a sense of let's prove them wrong kind of mentality?
Oh, I think anytime. I mean, if you're a football player, you're a competitor, you're always, there's doubters out there. You know, there's contrarians, people that want you to fail and are rooting on for you to fail, you know, and I think in any position, I mean, you got to have that kind of chip on your shoulder, you know, you're backed in the corner, you're swinging to come out, you know, and then if you wanted to be really good at this profession and what you do, you got to have that type of attitude when you walk in every day. It's, I'm going to outwork people. I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm going to compete every down. You know, I must win this down, you know. And so I think they have that attitude.
I think with the reasons for the lack of the downfield catching the first time was Spate's elbow, was it the receiver, your receivers back in?
No, I think it's just, you know, just there's different things. Protection was one issue, right? You saw that. I mean, that's, you know, just maybe a missed throw, maybe not the right, you know, precision timing on the route, not being in the right spot. But you know, I'm pleased. You know, the week before we threw for 312 yards. I mean, there's no finer thrower than Wilton throwing the deep ball in college football. That's hard to do. Not a lot of post routes and things that I've seen have been completed. And it just, they understand the expectation level, and we're going to get the passing game fixed. We will. You know, with Jed and Jim and myself, and we'll make sure we'll get that cleaned up this week.
Mason had a tough assignment on Saturday.
Yeah.
How'd you feel he held up? And is he still kind of a work in progress there?
He's doing really good. That young man from Colorado is a very good football player. And you know, you see out of the 32 teams, I'd say, you know, 25, 24 of them, a lot of them play 3-4 front. A 34 front is very difficult to run the ball into. It's very sticky. That nose tackle is like the most important thing because he's got to hold ground. And that young man from Colorado is going to be a high draft choice in the National Football League. So I thought he did a good job. Well, there's a couple plays you want to take back? Heck yeah. But that was two good football players battling it out that are going to have healthy careers in this profession.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.